So, for example, if you know that in Landsat it's 30-meter resolution, or in some kinds of Sentinel data sets, moreover, it's approx to 10-meter resolution data. So, hello friends, welcome back to your channel. So, in the previous lecture, we talked about this code editor and some introductory parts, that what are the docs, scripts, and certain algorithms, these Earth Engine classifiers and all, and this console tab. Okay, so let's get started and write our first code. Okay. So for that you have to just make for your first repository. So when you create your first repository, if it's your first time, this will ask you for having your name. Okay, so of your repo. So I will like to write intro. Okay, intro, and create it. So over here you can see the intro over here is created, and it's saying that your repository is empty for now. So for this, after you have created a repo, you have to create a file, like let the file name to be this intro one. Okay, so here it's your file. So so now, as it is in the JavaScript language, we can just write your first code, like we have if you have written your code previously, you can just write. This is the most of the times which we write when we write our first code. That's and just run it. So here you can see the hello world, which most of the programmers used as their first code. So here we have also written it. Now let me talk about the comments, how to write comments over here. So the comments can be written is like using the forward slash, like this is a comment. Okay, so this is used for writing a comment. You can write it over here, or you can also write it over here, like this is written as hello world. So this is also an comment. So now let's get started with the first of all the data which we are going to use, and how to just call that data in our code, so that we are going to use first of all. So for that, just make a variable. I will use like var. This is an term which we use in the JavaScript as a variable. So var data, which would be just EE, as I said in the previous lecture, that EE is the Earth Engine which is used over here. Dot image and control space for the suggestions. So control image selection, image collection. Okay. So this is the image collection, and in that image collection now we can write it anything. If we want the Landsat data, if we want the nighttime data, whatever, so we can call it, and for that we would require several arguments. Okay, so in that, so for first of all so for first of all, let me show you about a general term of the how to search the data. Okay, so we can search like Landsat 8 surface reflectance. Okay, leave the data catalog. So if we just write down this in certain moments, so you can see the raster over here. It's showing different types of products, so that's why I said that if you don't know coding, it's fine. If you know just preliminary coding or primary codings also, it's fine. But you should know the products of the remote sensing data, and how this remote sensing data is taken. So you should know that. Okay, so over here and the USGS Landsat, its surface reflectance Tier 1, Tier 2, and many other products. Okay, so I'm just let me show you the Landsat 8 data. So over here you can see the description of the data, how it is taken, what is the stripes, and here you can see the number of bands. Okay, and its description also, that which band is of for what kind of use you can use it. Okay, now image properties. So this is the, you can say, the metadata. So for this this is generally used for the filtering processes, the cloud cover, if you want, if you don't want the cloud cover land and all that. But the major thing which is very much required for the calling of the data is this dot image collection and its algorithm. Okay, Landsat 8. So this is used for calling the data in our code editor. So for now, as we are using this, and I'm going to show you some demo about how to call the data on your code editor. So you can just use it. We are going to use some light amount of data, very not a heavy amount of data. We are not going to use that. We are going to use the light amount of data. So let me just call it upon the VIRS nightlight data. Okay, that is the DNB sensor. That is the day night band sensors. Okay, so here you are going to see the two of the raster data, the corrected night time, and this is the version 1 nighttime day night band. Okay, so I'm going to just use this. Okay, so here you can see that the string over here is just is pasted over here, so you can copy. Very easy procedure to copy this and just close it. Okay, so now we can just paste it over here. So this is how we paste it over here, and just run it. So when you are going to run it, you are going to see a certain kind of console and tasks which are going to be processing out. So this is the string which we have just pasted over here. So for calling this data, we have to print this. Okay, so now let me run this. So over here you can see it's going to run, and let me show you. So what is this image collection? Actually, it is the what has Google Earth Engine has done. It's taken the several bands and every data into an image collection and made it as a stack of it. Okay, so because of it, each every amount of data is getting stacked over one another layer and each. Okay, so you can see over here there is a 96 elements present over here, and each element refers to one layer. Okay, so yeah, in this I have not applied any kind of filters, so that's why we are going to see every kind of up till now, from the date it has get started of taking the data up till now. It's just showing me the 96 elements and the features of this whole 96 elements. Okay, and each of different bands, how many types of bands are there, and properties overall. So okay, so we don't require this kind of amount of data. So for that, let me just apply several kind of filters. So for this we don't for this we are going to just apply several filters. So let me apply it. Dot first and dot select, it would be average radians. Okay, and let's try to run it. So what this first tells us about that the first and the lowermost data which is in the stack of the image collection, we want that data. Okay, so that's why I have written the first data, the bottommost data, the first data which is collected by this VIRS sensors. Okay, and then select is the average radiance mean, because if I let you know about this in this section, the nighttime data is having two bands. Okay, the first is the average radiance band and second one is the cloud free data. Okay, so I have chosen the average radiance over here. Okay, so this is nothing but the bands, like in Landsat you have seen Landsat 7 there are 7 bands, and in Landsat 8 there are more number of bands. So like that only here also there are band. So I have selected the average radiance band. So okay, so let me run this. So here you can see type of image, and the bands is only the one band, average radiance band, which is required. So like this I have just got this amount of band. Okay, so as I said, if you can see the codes which you are typing over here, it's running perfectly fine over here, but you cannot see the data in the map. So for that you have to first of all you have to set your region of interest, because the data you will be getting is humongous. Okay, so it would be taking lots of time to process over here, and so for that purpose you would not be requiring that kind of huge amount of interest, because if you see over here, uh, the amount of pixels, it's like 86,400 and 33,000 pixels. So this humongous amount of pixels directly indicates that it's a huge amount of data and you won't require that amount. So you have to first of all set your region of interest over here. So for that you can I can write the codes. So this is what I have written, that is the region of interest. Okay, so this is the region of interest, that is the variable ROI dot e geometry rectangles that I have shown over here, that geometry and rectangle over here. So what I have done, I have chosen a region of area of interest in a rectangle box whose minimum longitude latitude and maximum longitude latitude are just given, like the minimum xy and the maximum xy. Okay, so over here the minimum longitude is 76.661 to the maximum longitude of 77.7, and a minimum latitude of 28.2 to maximum latitude of 28.99. So you can write this region of interest in a kind of a list over here, and just give a semicolon, and to add this, so to add this data in your map you can just write uh, map dot add, suggestion is like add layer, and ROI, and okay, now you can run this. So you can see the layer is getting loaded over here, and within this area you can see the data is loaded in your map. Okay, so this is the nighttime data of New Delhi region. So by this you can add your data. So available. So as of in this condition of VIRS DNB dataset, this dataset is currently available at mostly 500-meter resolution datasets. Okay, so over here you can see the 15 arc seconds. So I have just taken a 1,000-meter resolution dataset. So it's just resampling the dataset and giving me the resolution of 1,000 meter of datasets. Mostly the resampling technique over here is used as the what we can say is the nearest neighborhood resampling technique, and the default resampling technique is that only. Then I have set the region of interest is the ROI, which is my Delhi region area. So you can download your dataset, your region of interest as per your need. So I would just run this. So in the tasks you can see somewhere the Delhi night lights. Okay, so here you can see if you just run the task over here. Yeah, there is a task name, whatever you have done, so there is no spaces, so it's taken as the underscore. The scale resolution, as I have inputted in the codes only, so it has taken that value also only. Now you have to specify the file name and the drive folder. It is not required that you just put in the drive folder, because the dataset will be going to be downloaded in your um, drive, Google Drive only. So it is a good practice to just give a folder name. So I am giving it as Google Earth Engine data. So as soon as I will run it, it will be start getting downloading. So over here you can see the Delhi Nightlights data. It's successfully run, and and you can also just see in the Google Drive only. In my drive, I have just, it's being downloaded as Delhi Nightlights. It's a TIFF file over here. You can just simply download it. It's a 53 KB file over here, very small file, and it's being downloaded as per our need, what we needed. Okay, so once if it's downloaded, you can directly see this TIFF file. So you can open this TIFF file in your QGIS. So this is the data we have downloaded of 1000-meter resolution, and yeah, so this is how we have used the uh, Google Earth Engine for reducing our tasks. Because if the same amount of data you have to download, you would go to just a VIRS, like you have to download it from the Payne Institute. Payne Institute VIRS data. So over here you can see that this VIRS data, or the nighttime data, is approximately 600 MB data, which covers the India and the whole Southeast Asia, including the China, and also gives us a 2-band data. So we don't require that much amount of data. So all those amount of downloading and then extracting the data using a QGIS software, and doing all those stuffs can be easily reduced in this Google Earth Engine by writing several codes, and reducing our uh, tasks. So this was all about today's session, where I have told you about the selecting a product, how to select a product, how to set the region of interest, and after that how to download that data which we have just filtered out and selected it. So thank you for watching, and we will meet next time. So that's it for today, guys. In the next video I will be talking about the datasets that Google Earth Engine provide, and how should we analyze it, process it, and download it. So make sure you subscribe the button, and we will see you next time.